Hello, welcome to the Caveman Basics read-through, which is the first in a video series where I read through my book, The Caveman Basics for a Healthy and Happier Life, by me, Callum James, the sad boy in the picture, sad boy here. As we talk about my book, as you can see it's just paper, you know. It's not that big, so it shouldn't take that long. That's what she said. Alright, first bad joke done. But yeah, I just want to do a trigger warning straight away. We will be talking about some really serious stuff, I guess, technically. So anxiety, depression, suicidal tendencies, that kind of stuff. Like, it's not that hardcore, so you know, it's suitable for everyone in my opinion, but trigger warning just in case. I want to be very honest and open, so I will be opening up about my story the last couple of years, or the last 5 years really, of me learning about mental health. You know, I will be swearing throughout, like not aggressively, but you know, I just want to be as honest as possible, and if the emotion takes me to swearing, then that's where it fucking takes me. Whoa. But yeah, there will be some cringe edits throughout, some stupid pictures, memes, and embarrassing stories and anecdotes. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it makes you smile, it makes you understand about mental health a bit more, how you can pull yourself out of a bad situation, how you can pull especially your friends and your family members out of a bad situation, or just be able to listen more effectively and just be that person that they are desperate to have. Yeah, so if you weren't aware about all the guitars around me as well, I do music, so benchwarmer01 is my handle, I guess, on Facebook and Instagram if you want to follow my journey there. And the Caveman Basics, hashtag the Caveman Basics, is just the stuff I've been kind of getting up to the last couple of years about mental health and just splurging some thoughts. And what I will be doing it more in the future, so you can catch up with me on there. Fun little game for you if you want to watch the videos and count how many times I say, you know, and like, because I can't help myself, and I'm watching these back now, and I'm not very good at speaking to camera, so there's going to be a lot of those. So if you email me with how many you knows are in each video, that'd be sick. Maybe, I don't know, maybe lockdown's getting to me, I think that's fun. But yeah, it is the Caveman Basics, so these are the basic ideas of how I overcame my mental health problems and still have to do these exercises on the regular to keep myself sane and happy. Because I do still have dark days, and let's not get that wrong straight away. I'm not trying to say this is the perfect guide and once you do it, boom, you're fixed forever. Let's get that out of the way straight away. But yeah, the basics, so the first few chapters, this is the introduction. I'll actually go into talking about the introduction and the disclaimer where I say not professional, if you didn't already get that vibe. The first few chapters are real basic stuff, so like eating, drinking, breathing, exercising, and then we'll get more philosophical, we'll open it up a bit more, get more deep. We talk about, you know, how to be more honest in your situation, how to unlock your ambition, get in touch with your soul a bit, you know, without getting too weird. Just being a better friend, a colleague, a boss, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I really hope you enjoy it. I hope you feel the need to share it to your friends, and you know, you never know who's out there who might watch it and enjoy it. If you haven't already seen my Caveman Challenge video, which is here, that's my morning routine of essentially how I get out of bed from being depressed. And you know, sometimes suicidal, it's still at the age of 30, that still happens. If I'm having a rough patch. And then yeah, just doing these exercises, and these are I'll show you how to physically do them in the Caveman Challenge, but the video series I'm doing here, which I'm banging on about for too long, is more of me just talking you through the problems and the exercises and how to do stuff. But if you haven't already checked out that video, go check it out. Yeah, just want to say this is a big passion project for me. This means the absolute world. I've put in a lot of time and effort into this, and I feel that it's important for me to do it as a therapy, to just talk it out and just get it out there. And I think it can actually make a difference. And I've had some good feedback so far, and I hope that thank you. And I hope that, you know, it can educate and entertain a little bit. But thank you so much if you are checking this out. I'm not just talking to myself in a room. But yeah, thank you so much again. Thank you. So enjoy the introduction. Thanks. So, introduction. Here we go. Introduction. I hope that works. If not, then forgive me. But we've got mental health and we've got physical health. And if either one suffers, then both do, because mental health is all in here, and in here is, you know, part of your physical body, you know? So if either one suffers, then both do. So you got to treat them equally. Now, the Caveman Basics is my collection of ideas that I've picked up, and it's the best exercises that I've found over the last 5 years since I went on this journey of self-discovery and mental health awareness, I guess. So yeah, over the last 5 years I've picked up loads and loads of really cool exercises and techniques and ideas And the Caveman Basics is my collection of the best ones that work quickly and the most strong reactions from them. So yeah, they're not my ideas, but I put them together and, you know, just want them to be in one particular place. Now I find that we're dedicating a lot of our lives on earth to just chasing other people's dreams. We're chasing this image that other people are putting out on social media, celebrities and athletes, all, you know, with their filters and the mise en scène and mise en place of, you know, what's in the photo to make it look like they're living a perfect life, and we're like, oh, I want to achieve that, when what we're trying to achieve isn't actually real. It's made to look a certain way. So we're spending the majority of our lives at work. We're not focusing on our real future. We're just focusing on day by day, and then one day maybe we can achieve this. And to be honest, a lot of people I speak to don't have any faith that they're ever going to do it. So hopefully by learning, you know, some of these techniques, you'll be able to unlock your mind a bit and give yourself a little bit more belief that you can literally do anything you want. You just gotta try a bit. So yeah, like, without sounding too much of a self-indulgent prick, I do think that I've always tried to live a little bit differently, tried to not be a sheep, and don't make the Welsh joke, please, that's very inappropriate. Yeah, I've always tried to just do what I want to do. You know, in a selfish way. I was always taught as a kid that, you know, you can do anything you want, you just gotta set your mind to it. And there's loads of those cliches being bandied around, and, you know, the documentaries I've watched and the people I look up to, they're all just like, don't quit, keep going. It's like, right, okay, well, I'm gonna be that person. Even though everybody around me is like, I'm just gonna settle for the life I've got. You know, that's a ridiculous dream. It's like, no, I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna, even if I fail, you know, I'm 30 years old now, I don't expect to, you know, to make it really now, I've passed it, but I'm still gonna try, you know, because it fills my soul. It fills my soul with the fact that at least I'm trying, and I hope that I can inspire you to try as well. So I've set out to write this Caveman Basics as a self-help guide for basically people struggling with depression and anxiety, because this is my story. This is what helped me get out of my suicidal spiral, from my severe depression and panic attacks on a regular, to get to where I am now, which is, obviously I'm not in a perfect situation, but I am trying every day to make a difference in my life. And if you haven't seen my Caveman Challenge video, check that out. That's the video I've been doing, my morning routine and how I get from a depressive state when I wake up in the morning, within about an hour, to do all these exercises, mental and physical exercises, to get into like a positive space. And as you can see, like, I'm trying to be energetic and stuff. This is not how I wake up. I've done my routine today. I'm on day 20 of my Caveman Challenge. So if you haven't checked out that video, check it out now and give some of those ideas a go. But everything in there is like the bare bones of this book anyways. But please make sure that you don't have the mindset of, well, this doesn't apply to me, I'm not depressed, I'm not anxious, you know, I'm not suffering with this, so why should I bother? Like, there's a lot of people out there, and to be honest, what I'm starting to understand with myself and a lot of other people now is that you don't really care about stuff until it happens to you. And that sucks to say, but it makes a lot of sense, because we're all kind of living our own lives, we're all a bit selfish, even though we don't want to admit it. And I never cared about mental health until I came close to killing myself. Because I was so depressed, and I didn't realise I'd been suffering with anxiety for, you know, 25 years, and then I went to the doctor to get anxiety tablets, happy pills I thought they were called, because my knowledge of mental health was just, there was none. You know, I didn't pick up the phrase mental health until I was in my mid-20s anyway. And then when I got there, they made me do another test, and they were like, oh, do you know you have severe depression? And I was like, oh, shit. What do you mean it's not normal to think about killing myself 5-6 times a day? And they're like, yeah, no one else does that. Like, the normal people don't do that. So that was a kind of eye-opener. I'm also now learning at the age of 35 years after thinking that anxiety and depression was my whole thing, that I have ADD or ADHD. So, you know, I never give a shit about ADHD. It wasn't anything to do with me. I thought that was just hyperactive kids in the classroom at school. And now as I'm learning and joining these communities, online communities about adults with ADHD, I'm starting to open my eyes and just go like, wow, I never cared about this before, but wow, like, this is like, people suffer for many years without knowing and not knowing what's wrong with them and why they have these feelings. And, you know, I'm not going to do a whole thing about ADD, but the point is, like, you don't really care about something until it happens to you. And right now we're in lockdown across the UK, trying to make a parallel, you know, assessment here, but a lot of people are going out about, you know, they're not staying home because they're like,
I think coronavirus is a scam, pandemic, blah, blah, blah.
You know, whatever, have your own views, but at the same time, some of those people have gone out there, mingled, had house parties and all this kind of stuff, and then their relatives have got ill and their relatives have died, and then they change their tune. Until it happens to you, until someone dies in your family, you know, you don't give a shit, and then when it does, you're like, whoa, right, everyone, listen to me now, you've got to join. Do you know what I mean? You only start caring when it happens to you, and that's, you know, it's a sad part of society, but it makes sense. But my point is with mental health, like, you don't have to be going through a breakdown to understand how to do this, and to be able to help others as well, which is important, which is what I'm trying to get at here is, you know, I wish I had my friends who were switched on and knew all these things that were able to help me, because my family have never been that helpful, to be honest. I'm not going to bang on about that for too long, but you know, the more people that know about this mental health and how to help friends and how to understand what depression means and why your friends act in a certain way, or your colleague or your family member or whoever it may be, I think the more people that know the bare bones of what mental health problems look like, and, you know, trigger points and all this kind of stuff, the more people that have the knowledge, we can spread the knowledge, and we can, you know, just help each other get up and inspire each other to do better and to just be happy. And that's kind of what this book is all about. Now, it is important to remember this is not a quick fix guide. You must try these exercises and actually commit to them. Now, as I said in the Caveman Challenge video, I'm a quitter. And it sucks to say that, but it's not like a mental thing like, oh, I can't, you know, I'm going to give up after time. It's like, no, I'm going to do it. And then when I realise, like, oh shit, this takes time, this takes hard work, and this takes like more than 30 seconds effort, I usually just like, oh, fucking, and I'll make an excuse, or I'll just say, oh,
I have not time, or they can do this because of that reason, or they don't have this. The celebrities can do this because they haven't got jobs to go to 40, 70 hours a week, whatever.
At the end of the day, we've all got our own excuses, but when you really try and knuckle down and do these exercises, like I said, it's taken me 5 years to like nail this routine on, and I've only been doing it for 20 days, but I'm really feeling the benefits because I'm actually committing for the first time to doing these exercises and learning after like the first hurdle of just like, oh my god, that was hard. You get that mental reward, and then you can just keep going. But that's focus, that's dedication, and that is not easy to come across, and it's something you've just got to suck it up and just do, even though like you'll make mistakes, you'll have breakdowns. I'm talking from personal experience here. That's what I've been doing the last 5 years. Give something a go, dabble in it for a while, and then go, oh, it's not working, because I never really give a thorough go, a full effort. For some things I advise, you must remember that they're not going to come straight away. And that's a great phrase that I can't attribute to anyone in particular, so I'll just attribute it to wise people. But a master has failed more times than a beginner has even tried. And I love that sentence. I think about it a lot when I am struggling with my dedication, when I'm just like, oh, can't be arsed. And that's pretty much exactly what I'm like in the morning when I have to lie down. I'm just like, especially if I'm doing like an ab workout, I fucking hate that. So if I'm lying on the floor, I'm just like, oh, I can't be arsed. And I just lie there for 10 minutes and I'm like, nah. And I'm just like, why bother? I can't see any immediate changes, so why should I? And then I think like, that's how people get ripped in that instance, intoned, or that's just for physical health. But the people who do it, they always say in their videos, keep going, and keep going. Make mistakes, learn from them, but keep fucking going. And that's, a master has failed more times than a beginner has even tried. Love that sentence. Think about it. I'm not going to explain it too much because I'm not too good at that side of it. But yeah, really good sentence. Now, as you probably already know, I'm not that good at talking or reading or writing for that example, but not like you know, like I'm not like a problem, but I get concentration problems with my ADHD, like, which I'm now learning about. It's like I'm finally like, oh, that's why. But like I almost failed English at school. I'm not going to be doing any referencing in this book at all. But you know, there's an online guide for everything, so you don't even have to watch the video, to be honest. If you've got the dedication to just go, right, okay, I'm going to learn boop, 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 how to cure this, boop, 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 what can I do? Do that. I don't mind, you know, like this isn't self-indulgent. And like I'll say later on, this is a passion project. I'm doing this for free. I'm not trying to get your money off you, or I'm not trying to steal your attention. I'm trying to give you the inspiration to try and do this for yourself, like I did. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people do that, which is, you know, self-indulgent. They're trying to make a buck off mental health, which really makes me feel quite uncomfortable, and like I feel uneasy when I see YouTubers. When I was searching for stuff like how to get over depression, exercises to cure anxiety, and there's 15-minute videos and they just talk about mostly about merchandise, which makes me feel really fucking angry. But they're just capitalizing. So you've got depression, anxiety in big capital letters, and all it is, they just got like, obviously I've got a ring light as well, but they're trying to make themselves look amazing, try to come across perfect. They do all these really fancy editing skills and talk about themselves in really vague, uplifting ways, and never really dive into like hardcore, this is my problem, I thought about killing myself, I was going to jump in front of a car, whatever. And it's kind of just nice and pretty, and it doesn't really have any punch to it. And again, it's mostly like, and buy the merchandise, blah blah blah, sign up to my mailing list, subscribe. You know, and there's loads of self-help books that I was reading. Again, really thick books. And they just waffle on and on about like, just cheer up, you can do it, keep going. Yeah, we know that. Just give me some like solid actual advice. And that's what I'm trying to do with the book, is just, obviously I'm banging on in the introduction, so you don't even have to watch this bit, just skip ahead if you don't want to listen to me explain why I'm doing this. But that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I speak bluntly. People tell me that the book comes across how I speak, so I'm really happy with that. Please do read the book by all means as well. Obviously that's draft 1 that you're seeing here, and the second draft will be available online, and hopefully if I can get around to it I'll be able to like publish it, but I'm not sure if I can afford to do that, because again, like, I want to give it away for free. I don't want to make it like I don't want people to have to pay for happiness. It's not. So if I can find a way to do that and to publish it for cheap, then that's what I'll do. But for now, like, the video is just short, sharp, concise guides to breathing, drinking, eating, exercising, meditating, cold showers, all this kind of unlocking your mind and being able to like be the real you, which is something that I've been working on a long time now. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, let you see why I'm doing this and be, you know, open yourself up to being a proud weirdo. Now the reason I started doing this, like I alluded to just then, was about 5 years ago I had a bit of a breakdown where my life pretty much just, my life as it was ended. So I was in a band, I was living with my girlfriend and my best friend at the time. Like, it was like a flat, with a two-person flat, me and my girlfriend and my best friend and his girlfriend. And then within a month, him and his girlfriend left for South Korea, which is cool. But I lost my best friend. I didn't really like account mentally for that. I didn't prepare myself. So obviously using my guitarist in my band broke up. I've been like, that was my one true passion in life, my band. So I lost my best friend in my band, and then I left my job at the time. Unfortunately, I broke up with my girlfriend, like, because I was just spiraling, and then I had to move out. So I had to live with someone I didn't know that well, and then depression just took over, and I was just crying every day, just suicidal as fuck. And my big thing was like, I wanted to jump in front of a car, but then like I couldn't, and I was wrestling with the whole, you know, how do I kill myself? And this is like I said, this is going to be real. I'll talk about this very openly. That was my big dilemma, and that was why I got more depressed, because I was like, right, okay, I'm going to kill myself. How am I going to do it? I'm not going to slit my wrists. Fuck no. I'm not going to strangle myself. That's going to take too long. I was like, so I was walking on like the edge of the pavement, and I was like, right, I'm going to jump in front of a car. Now I can't jump out of a train because I've seen other people jump in front of trains, and then, you know, the train driver gets trauma, everyone gets trauma. If I jump in front of a car though, and I ruin someone else's life, and I might put their life in danger. And then that just made me more and more depressed, and then I just had these thoughts every morning, every night, when I was just by myself. That's all I could think about. And I never really understood why I immediately was just like, 25, I'm giving up. You know, it's a bit ridiculous looking back, but when you're in those positions, when depression takes over, it's an anxiety as well. They're your thoughts, but they're not your thoughts. They're twisted, illogical versions of thinking, and you just kind of accept that that's, you know, you, and you don't realize that that's kind of a disease, that's an illness making you think these things. And it's, you know, people can say it's a chemical imbalance, sure, but it's weird. It's like the devil in your mind, and I'm really proud that I'm still here today. But this, you know, I've got 2 close friends who have attempted suicide many times. I've lost a friend from school who's killed himself. You know, I know a lot of people with track marks up their arms, you know, that tried to slit in their wrists and all this kind of stuff. And I've had colleagues, you know, attempt suicide when I've been their manager at work, and because I work in hospitality, I'm a manager, so I like to coach my staff, and I'm trying to open that conversation up about mental health. And I'm going to do a whole about me section as well. but I'm going to keep it separate from the book. I don't want that to intertwine with the book too much and take up too much time. I want this to be concise with the exercises. So I'll do a whole life story bit on the side, which might help. Hopefully you'll understand why I'm doing this and why I feel it's important to be so open and honest and just make it a raw, unfiltered version of talking about mental health. But so I started posting on Facebook, as you do when you're a teenager and then going into your mid-20s. You post less and less. Most people do. Looking back at my posts when I was a teenager, I'm like, dude, I thought I was funny, but Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, so I started off by just putting a post out there. Weirdly enough, it was this time 6 years ago, I think, or maybe 5 years ago. I've just seen a memory pop up on Facebook. It was like, depression, anxiety, whoa, scary words, let's talk about it. And I got really good feedback. Obviously, I did like a whole rant about opening up on my stuff and why no one gives a shit about mental health, because I was like, right, I'm going to talk about it. No one else is talking about it, so fuck it, I'm going to be that guy. And I got amazing feedback. This is the weird part, like, I was really happy because it was the most liked status I've ever done. And I had 27 shares, and I was like, whoa, like, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened. But in reality, like, that was the start of everything, because it was, number one, I got attention for it, which, like, I crave attention. And number two, it was kind of like, all these people give a shit about mental health, and they're like, they haven't got an option to like anyone else's stuff. They're liking my stuff because I'm the only one talking about it at the time. Obviously now the last 5 years, loads more people are talking about it. But yeah, that kind of started me off on this journey. I had, great messages from friends and family, and then strangers, which is incredible. Like, to have strangers reach out and say, like, dude, like, that was inspiring. I know it sounds weird to say, and I don't like being big-headed or whatever, but even when I put the book out, after a few years of putting this kind of stuff out, teasers on Facebook, just like, bleh. Here's my thoughts. I ran out of space, and I was like, right, I'm just going to put it in a Google document, and I was like, okay, well, I just put up what I've learned here, what I learned there, and then eventually it turned into the book, like the first format of it. And as you see in the book, and if you've seen it already online, it's just kind of what I'm going to talk about here, but less descriptive, like breathing, eating, drinking, all this kind of stuff, exercises. And then when I did put it out, I had amazing feedback from people I've never spoken to since like primary school, secondary school, people of friends who have reached out and just said, oh, it's amazing that someone's putting it out there, to just put it out there, let alone, the stuff that's good. And then people saying, I tried the breathing exercise, I tried the cold shower because of this. It's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Because there's so many people out there, and that's what's scary, is just how many people reach out. And I don't have much of a reach online. I only get so far. So that's why I encourage people to share my stuff, because when I do have my friends and my family share it on Facebook and Instagram, or all this social media stuff, that's when I get the strangers reach out, and that's what makes the biggest difference to me. When I have people I've never met, just like, opening that conversation up, and that's what it's all about. But you're realising there's a lot of people out there with mental health problems, like a lot of people out there, way more than I thought. And I think that's a lot, but Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's the introduction. I'll do a little disclaimer, and then we'll kick off with the exercises. Just want to say, like, thank you so much if you are watching. I'm not just talking to myself in a room, but it means the world that when people do like, comment, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, that, I'm vying for your attention. But at the same time, this is a very emotional journey for me. I've come a long way, in my opinion. And it kind of gives me that validation that, like, you're doing good, Cal, keep going. And I need that. I do need that, because I live alone. I don't have, I don't have a big circle of friends. My family, we've got a whole thing. You're not going into that. But it does actually mean the absolute world to me when I get feedback and people open that conversation up. So please share this, because you never know who you might have in your friendship circle who might see it, that you're not even aware of, that is suffering and could do with the help. And for myself, pride comes before everything, unfortunately. So I was never going to be that person who's like, please help, please, because no one fucking does that. So you never know who's going to see it, and we might really appreciate it. So let's do the disclaimer, and then we'll kick off. Thank you so much again, really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next section. Okay, here's the disclaimer, and to make it slightly different so it doesn't look like it's the same video, I'm going to wear a hat. Okay, I'm not going to wear a hat. So as a disclaimer, I just want to make it very clear that I am not a professional by any means. I don't have any qualifications. You know, like I said, I'm not very academic. I dropped out of uni. I don't have anything to say. Like, listen to this person. He knows what he's talking about. So don't assume that I do, because you know a lot of people do claim that they're experts and stuff. I'm not an expert. This is all just from my life experience, stuff I've picked up over the last few years, of what's actually worked for me. Like I said, this is a passion project. When I do this for free, so there's no motivation. Obviously, there is I'd like to make some some advertising money from YouTube eventually, but that is a long way off. At the time of recording, I've got 13 subscribers, 6 of which are my family members, and I've got to get I guess 1,000, so it's a very long way off. So making money from this is very unlikely, and like I said, the book's there, it costs me money to print and all this kind of stuff. So I just think that if I can put this out there and I can save one life, I know that sounds egotistical, saving lives or whatever, but this stuff in the book saved my life. And like I said in the Caveman Challenge, watching Wim Hof open up about his story, and doing that breathing exercise for the first time was just, it did change everything, and it just set me on the path to right, I can do this, I can get through this. So yeah, I want to make this informal, make it a very casual chat. I'll drop some truth bombs in there every now and then, but I'm not trying to shock you into whoa, it's a crazy story. It's not. It's just, I'm gonna make this very casual, very blunt. And when I was going through my stuff, when I went to the doctors, I put it off for a long time because I don't want to speak to someone I don't know. And this is the value I find of being able to speak to a camera, is that if you are watching this, I can't hear what you're saying. Do you know what I mean? This is a one-way conversation at the minute, so you could be like, "Man, fuck you, Cal, fuck you," and I don't know. This is a pre-recorded message, so you can watch it back. You can listen to certain things. You can take it however you want. But yeah, when I was going through it, I didn't want to speak to a nicey person, and I'm a bit cynical. I don't mind saying that. I don't like a lot of people. And I don't want to be one of those spiritual hippie dudes. It's everything's cool, brother. I like being a bit of a bastard sometimes. Yeah, that's my opinion. I don't want to be one of those people who...
Let's talk about mental health. That's very serious. Tell me more. Yes, that is a concern. Well, you should do this, you should do that.
That's not really my style. I don't like listening to those people, so I don't want to become one of those people that tries to make money off doing it, or just, tries to get attention from doing it. I want to make this genuinely useful, and hopefully I can be that person for you that I really needed when I was in need. And obviously, that's big-headed to say, but I wish I'd have seen someone do this 5 years ago. I wouldn't have taken 5 years at the prime time of my life. 5 years is a long time when you're in your mid-20s, but to go through all this kind of stuff, and it's taken me a long time to get here. I want to just all cram in your face now, and then you'll have the knowledge for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life, you'll know when you're stressed, do a breathing exercise. Are you angry because you're hungry? Or are you angry because of, you're frustrated at this? Is it because other people? Is it because, you're not truly happy with yourself? Are you expressing yourself? All these kind of things. For the rest of your life, with this knowledge, for the rest of your life, you'll be able to fix bad moods and feelings of discontent, and also you'll be able to see in other people. And I'll be doing a little danger sign, warning signs that you can see in other people, how to look at their body language, what they're kind of saying, what they're kind of doing. Can you pick it up as a friend, a colleague, a family member? And can you help someone else? Again, I'm not a professional, so these are not, government regulations on what to do if your friend's suffering. Or this is person to person. This is very, emotional, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Emotional, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I hope it comes across in a good way, and I hope it can make a real big difference. Like I said, if it is worth doing, if I have to do this for just one person. And it's taken me a long time to do this video. This is the 4th time I've read the entire book through to camera. Not that it's out there. I've read the entire book through for hours and hours and hours, many hundreds of takes to camera, and I've deleted all of them because I wasn't happy with them. You know, if I put this out, this is going to be huge for me. But I'm never satisfied, and I always think I can do better. And it's, like I said, it's taken me a very long time to do this, to get around to doing it. And now I'm doing my Caveman Challenge routine, again, day 20 today. I'm at a place where I'm like, right, fuck it, let's do it. But yeah, waffling on again, but yeah. So I was actually waffling on for so long then that my camera turned off. But I was just saying that it's important to, when you understand yourself a lot better, it's way easier to understand why other people are acting out, why you think that person's acting like a prick, why are they just mouthing off all the time, why are they banging on about themselves, why are they whinging so much. Is it because, you know, like for me, is it because they got father issues? Is it because they just need a bit more attention? Do they need a hug? You know, do they just need to be listened to without interruption? Which is something that's massive for me, which is why it's perfect speaking to camera, so no one can interrupt me, and I can just get my flow and get the ideas from here, through here, because being interrupted, it really gets to me. So being able to not hear you, because, listen, what did you say? Huh? So not being able to hear you is amazing. However, I can see you, and you may not think that's true, but yeah, right here. I can see you. Okay, so I just want to finish up by saying thank you so much for listening, yada yada yada. I've said thank you so many times, I don't have to say it anymore. So it's a goodbye from me, and Ozzy, would you like to say goodbye? Oz? Hello, come here, come on, good boy. Who's this? Say goodbye. Yeah. Oi. Say goodbye. Thanks. Good boy. Hi. I know this video is already half an hour plus, but I wanted to sign off in my own special way, make this a bit unique and hopefully a bit more funny, because it was a bit boring in this video in my opinion. So I just want to say thanks in my own special way, so... Thank you for checking out my video. Please smash that like button below, cause I need views, I need all of you, so won't you subscribe, join my online tribe. Someone told me this is a marketing plan, but I said, I've got no fans. You've got no fans. What? Okay, in all seriousness though, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you are struggling, reach out to professionals, Samaritans. If you're suicidal, get a consultation booked in with your GP or some therapy. I personally, I've got to wait 1.5 years until I can get some therapy, but the ball's rolling. Baby steps. Get something happening. Join me online. Check out my other videos. Hopefully I'll see you in some more of them soon. So, namaste. See you around.